So 4chan has just been hit with a massive cyber attack that has pretty much nuked the website off the face of the internet. You might have heard about this already since it is really big news right now. In fact, as soon as I heard about it, I immediately tried to go onto 4chan to see what the website was like. And as people were saying, the website has pretty much shut down. As you can see in the screen recording I took, the website just straight up doesn't work and eventually gives me a connection timed out error, which I'm not going to show because it does display my IP address, but this is honestly a pretty crazy situation, as 4chan is one of the biggest and most notorious websites on the internet, mainly because it's one of the few where you can truly be anonymous unless someone leaks your information, which is something that occurred quite often on there. And hacking was also something that occurred pretty frequently on 4chan. In fact, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's where the famous hacking group Anonymous got started. But anyways, the 4chan hack has been catastrophic, not only because it shut down the website, but a lot of the admin, moderator, and user emails have been leaked, and I think their IP addresses have been leaked as well. And ever since this happened, they have been getting doxxed like crazy. In fact, they might still be getting doxxed as I'm recording this video. And as if that wasn't crazy enough, the entire source code of 4chan has been leaked. In fact, you can literally go look at it right now if you wanted to. So clearly, this hack has done immense damage to both the website and the users, and you might be wondering how or even why 4chan was hacked in the first place. And from all of the information I've been able to gather, which mainly comes from social media posts and articles I've been reading, 4chan was hacked by another website called Soyjack Party, which, yes, that's the actual name, which is a website made up of people that were originally on a 4chan message board that got banned because they were going onto LGBT message boards and harassing the people there. And this happened in 2021, and apparently ever since then they've been trying to hack the website, and this time they were successful. And they were able to hack the website because 4chan runs on an extremely outdated version of PHP, which is a programming language. And they were also using a very old version of FreeBSD, which according to the website itself is an operating system used to power modern servers, desktop, and embedded platforms. And apparently the version they were using hasn't been updated since 2016, and the hackers were able to exploit all of this and hack the website, shut it down, and cause the damage that they did. So clearly 4chan was just full of security risks, and from what it sounds like, a hack this massive was just bound to happen because they were using a bunch of old outdated software. And this hack has been so devastating that people are saying it could very well shut down 4chan forever. So we very well may have just witnessed or heard about the end of one of the most infamous websites on all of the internet. However, there is still some hope for the website, as the official 4chan Twitter account posted a photo of a cat drinking coffee with the caption "It takes time," which I assume means that there are people actively working to try and get the website back up as soon as possible. And according to a Twitter account by the name of @pirate_nation, 4chan admins are working on bringing the site back up, and they posted a couple pictures, one of which was a screenshot of the tweet which I quoted earlier, and another was a few Discord messages, which I'm assuming were from people in a 4chan Discord server. And there's a message to everyone in the server from somebody who I assume is an admin, and they say, "At everyone, obviously 4chan, there has been a hack. The site itself has been halted until we can determine the damage. It's likely that email addresses have been leaked, perhaps IPs as well. You'll need to hold on to those email accounts in order for us to do a password reset once the site is back up, so don't delete them or anything." So it is good that they are trying to get the website back up and running again as soon as possible, but honestly, this is one of the biggest hacks I've seen probably in my lifetime, as I never really thought a website like 4chan would get hacked this massively and have the damage be this catastrophic. I mean, again, so many emails of the admins, the moderators, and the janitors, or jannies as they called them, which were essentially unpaid moderators, have all been leaked and are now on the internet, and like I said earlier, they've just been getting doxxed into oblivion. And I also just want to add that if the people aren't able to get the website back up and it's permanently shut down, that the last thing that was ever posted onto 4chan was Chicken Jockey, and no, I'm not making that up. This was the last image that was posted onto the website before it was hacked and shut down. And I just think that's really freaking funny, which is why I decided to add that as like a little fun fact in this video. But anyways, I don't know if 4chan is going to be able to recover from a hack this massive. I mean, they probably will, but it definitely is going to affect them in the future, as the amount of active users on the website is for sure going to go down, as people are realizing that 4chan is highly susceptible to stuff like this because they don't update their freaking software. And unless they do that if or when the website gets back up and running, a hack like this is honestly just bound to happen again, which is without a doubt going to be a heck of a lot of work for the people who are trying to bring the website back up, as not only do they have to restore the website in its entirety, but now they have to rewrite a majority of the code to get it up to date, so that way something like this doesn't happen again, or at least the chances of it happening again are not that high. And I do not know a whole lot about operating systems and updating software and code and stuff like that, so if I'm wrong, please correct me in the comments. But anyways, this whole situation is just insane, and I honestly don't know if 4chan will ever be able to recover from this. I mean, if they're able to, that's great, but if not, I guess all I have to say is rest in peace to 4chan. Now, me personally, I'm not exactly sad that 4chan is gone. In fact, I'm not even sad at all, because I've always thought of the website as a place full of degeneracy for the most part. I mean, some of the stuff that comes out of there kind of makes me question humanity a little bit because of how repulsive it is. Now, I'm not saying that all of 4chan is filled with disgusting, degenerate activities. I mean, there were some good parts of it. I kind of like the green text message boards, and there were some funny memes that came out of it, but honestly, I was never really a big fan of the website. And that's going to do it for the video. Thank you for watching, and yeah, peace.